Alright guys, so in the last video we discussed that we will try to delete the notes, but before that we need to understand one thing. First we will have to click on this list to go to this detail screen, and then we will have to delete or update, right? So yeah, so let's just do that. Let me try to go to the next page when we click on that. So what we can do here is that we can add, let me just make this constant here. All right, so when we click on this container which we have in the node list UI, I'll add one more option, that is inkwell. All right, so now when you go to this inkwell on tab, we are going to call that function. So if you remember, in the previous we are calling navigate to detail page, right? So here we can, instead of that, we can call now edit node. All right, because right now if you click on plus, we have a add node, right? So now if you put edit, it will be edit, and here we will have to pass not companion again. And yeah, so let me just add this, and here we'll have to pass all the parameters. So for instance id, so this time we will be having id, so we'll have to pass id as well. So let's do that. Notes data dot id that we are going to pass, and let's wait. What is this error about? Argument id can't be, oh yeah. So then we will also need to pass dot well, okay, sorry, my bad. This should be passed inside value. If you remember, it will be a dr dot value, and like this you will have to pass, and there's no semicolon as well. Let me just come down here. Then we will have a title, and it will be a title, right? Then we also need to pass description and dr dot description. All right, then we need to pass priority dr dot actually I can just paste it, so here priority, and the last one is the color. I have forgot to put date. I think this is something which we will do later. All right. Okay, so we are passing all the value, and it will come here. And now if I try to save this once, and if I try to click on any of these two, you can see we have an edit option, right? So when I click on test title to edit, and then we also have default value here. So test title, right? Some description. This is a test title 2, test title 2. So this seems to be working fine already. Now if you go to node details page here, when I click on this bin icon, we should delete this nodes from the list, right? So we will do that first. Let's just go to the icon of delete icon. So where is that? All right, so we have it here. So when you on press, then we will call delete nodes. All right, delete nodes. Okay, and let me just create this method for us, and here we are going to delete this. Now again we will have to use app database to do that. App database dot delete. All right, so we have this function, but we are not going to use this one. Now if you remember, we can go back to this database dot. This is how we fetch, this is how we insert. Now here I'm going to write delete. All right, delete from database. Okay, so we are going to delete, write code for delete here, and again it will be future. So future of int. All right, and then you will write delete note. Okay, and here we will have to pass where is that? Let me just wait for some time. Let me just try to delete. So return await. All right, and then delete. Yeah, and then table note, and then dot I think from delete, then you can pass not data here. So let me just get it, not data, and you can paste this right here. And this is a async function again, And yeah, that's all. So when we call delete data by passing this data, it will delete from database. Okay, so we'll have to use this delete. So app database dot delete note, and then here you will have to pass note data. So not, either you can pass note data or you can also pass note companion as well. So it's up to you, but yeah, so if we want to use note data, all right, so we will have to pass all this detail which we got now. So it will be, now if you remember, we have to use widget dot note companion dot, and then this id that we are going to use. And hold on, what is this issue about? Yeah, so that I can, we will have to use drift dot value and then not campaign. And now what is this error value of id? Okay, so this is not what it means. It means from here, like we'll have to provide this. And now you can copy this, and now for the title we are going to use okay, it's, since anyhow it will be a delete, so we don't have to bother much about other option. So if you go back here, we have just a note error. Yeah, so eventually it will delete based on the id, so we don't have to provide other option, but we can do that by title, I guess, if you want. And since these are mandatory, we will have to pass, so description. All right, so this is how we are going to delete. Now if I wait, we also need to add option to, where is that option to? Why is this error coming? Yeah, so we'll need this option as well. Then yeah, then we can close this, but we will call one more function dot then. All right, okay, so once it is deleted, what do you want to do? You want to go to navigator, all right, dot pop with the context, and we also pass true. That is because once it go back to the previous screen, we can refresh the list. Okay, so this should do the work for delete. Let's just see what is happening here. Let me just go back once, and I'll come back here. I'll click on this delete icon. As you can see, note has been deleted already. Okay, so this is how delete works. You can also show some kind of dialog. I think we can also do that. So let me just create second notes. All right, second, okay, second, save it. We have this. Now if you try to delete right now, it will delete immediately, but you can show some dialog, like we can do it right here. So let me just try to show dialog. Okay, and context is fine actually. Builder is yeah, so we can close this here. Then here you can return show actually alert dialog you can return. So alert dialog, and you can come here. Now don't worry about action. Title will be a text. Then you can give something like delete notes. All right, oops. Then we can also give a content here. So content, again, this will be just a message. So I can say, do you really want to delete, okay, this notes or not? And then we have action as well. So here we can have what is that, text button, I guess you can use. And here you can give it and it will be a text of saying, you know, delete. All right, oops, delete. Okay, and close this. You can add one more text button to confirm. Let's just add some semicolon to format this. Yeah, so I'll add one more text button before this for cancel. So cancel. All right, so now this code which we have written before, you can just cut this, all right, and paste it inside delete here. So, and we will also need to close the dialog elsewhere. So navigator dot pop. So yeah, this will close the dialog. And if you just want to cancel it, so just call this. All right, so let's try to run this app and click on the gear. As you can see, you will be asked, do you really want to do it? If you just cancel it, there's no problem with that. It will just close the dialog. But if you really want to delete it, just delete it, and it will be deleted from the list. All right, so that is all for the delete option, and in the next video we will discuss about how we can update the notes. All right guys, see you in the next one.